Hey, it's Brian Piercy with Real Estate Moto. So you may have caught the longer version of my Bayview Resort community overview video. That is going to be on the back end of this. I just felt like we wanted to give a quick update on 2020 as we kind of move into the first part of 2021. So as you probably saw, nationally, the second home market across the country really exploded this past year. Generally speaking, in Myrtle Beach, we definitely saw that as well. That being said, really an interesting market this year, from the true second home properties to the vacation rentals, which is what a lot of what Bayview Resort was driven by. So whether you rented or not, 80-90% of that building, people use them a little bit and they rent them out. Not unlike many of the other oceanfront condos and resorts in town. So while the demand overall was more for the true second home feel, the demand kind of dropped a little bit for some of the vacation rentals. And it's interesting as we're working into the first part of 2021, just how that demand is looking. Basically, a lot of the buyers that I'm seeing are a little bit more ahead. They know the incomes in 2020 weren't great compared to 2019. Most people feel like it's going to bounce back a little bit in this year in 2021, but just that million-dollar question of where the incomes will go is somewhat affecting the values. But across the board here in Myrtle Beach and the greater kind of Grand Strand area, two pretty telling trends. Generally, our inventory has really dropped dramatically and continuing to drop. And as a result, the prices have bumped up pretty significantly. Then again, that's looking at all aspects of the market: homes, condos, on the beach, off the beach. As I kind of alluded to with the oceanfront, the vacation rentals, a little bit of a different story, but still, pretty good demand. So as I'm looking at the 2020 sales for Bayview, there were 12 sales last year, really across all unit types. So as you probably know, Bayview's got 1, 2, and 3 bedroom condos from Sunset View, Ocean View, and then Oceanfront. So really all categories sold. There were 5 one-bedrooms from $80,000 to $112,000. There were 2 bedrooms that sold from $216,000 to $228,000. And then 3 bedrooms that sold from $260,000 to $285,000, which really weren't too far off of the previous year's sales. So still seeing demand, still seeing interest in the building. As I look at the current inventory today, there are 21 properties on the market in the building, with 1 that's under contract. I think 2 actually as of today. And again, that same spread of everything from the 1 bedrooms to the 2, and even a couple 3 bedrooms, and actually one of the 4 bedrooms. There's only 2 of those in the building that are on the market. So that's a super quick glance at the market. I'd love to connect with you to give you a little bit more detailed evaluation of your property, what your property's worth in today's market, if you'd like, or if you've potentially you're looking to buy something or know someone that wants to look at the building. I'll be glad to get you all the updated inventory for what's on the market. So stick around for the longer community video if you haven't seen it. It tells you a little bit more about the history, the floor plans at Bayview, and anything I can do for you as we move into 2021, I'd love to help. Thanks again. It's Brian Piercy. All right, so you probably got to this page because you are either an owner at Bayview Resort or maybe you're interested in the condos here. So my name is Brian Piercy. I'm the broker owner of Real Estate Moto. I was the #1 selling oceanfront condo agent in our market last year, and I've represented a buyer or seller or both on 46 transactions here at the Bayview Resort. So what I've done, actually just based on what clients like and clients have asked me to do in the past, is if you would like updates on new listings or price changes in the building, just plug in your email address below and I'll get that set up for you automatically. So jump into a little bit of a history at the Bayview. So the Bayview Resort is on 5th Avenue North here in Myrtle Beach. It's actually one of only 2 condo buildings that's actually right here on the boardwalk. So the Bayview was completed in 2007. The boardwalk was actually finished in 2010, so a few years after the Bayview was actually completed. So the boardwalk, as you may know, goes from 2nd Avenue North up to now a little bit past 14th Avenue North, so a little bit over a mile that the city put in. So the way the Bayview is set up, it was actually phase one. There were 2 planned phases, which phase 2 was actually not Bayview phase 2 anymore. It's actually the South Bay Inn and Suite. So it's a new hotel that sits right next door to the Bayview Resort. So and a lot of changes since this building has been completed. I mean, the city has actually knocked down some of the older buildings that are in the area. So it's kind of revitalizing this downtown section. The Bayview itself, combination of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, and there's actually a couple 4 bedrooms that are penthouse units on the market as well. So all the 1 bedrooms are true 1 bedrooms. Some of them are on the boulevard, the sunset side of the building. There's ocean view ones on the north and south side, and then the way the ocean front is comprised, the corner ones are 3 bedrooms, and then there's 2 bedrooms as well. A lot of lockouts at Bayview. Lockout means you've got like the 2 bedrooms, for example, are a combination of a big 1 bedroom and a studio, all deeded together, but you can actually use it individually or rent it individually as a studio and a 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom, all collectively combined. So those are a couple quick stats. Again, the sales history for Bayview, basically when this building was completed, it was unfortunately for the original owners was really more towards the top of the market. So they sold for about $320 a square foot. As with sort of the rest of the entire market, the bottom kind of bottomed out in about 2011 or so, where they sold on average for about $130 a square foot. And then recently, and again, kind of appreciation we've seen with the rest of the market, gotten up to $160s to $190 a square foot over the last couple of years. So certainly improving. I think as the immediate area continues to be developed with newer buildings, whether it's hotels like the South Bay next door, timeshare buildings or ultimately even new condo buildings, I think it'll only be a good thing for the Bayview itself. I think as the financing market continues to get a little bit easier for the condo sale, for the oceanfront market, that should be certainly a good thing. And again, if you would like to get regular updates on anything new that hits the market at Bayview, price changes, it's a great way to keep a gauge. Even if you're not looking to sell or buy anything today, it's a great way to get regular updates and have your sort of your finger on the pulse of values in that building. So plug in your email address below and we'll be in touch. Thanks again.